Hi, I'm Dr. Rita Walker, and it's February. We are well into Black History Month, and that means that we have been intentionally celebrating the accomplishments of Black people, particularly in the US. And that's important because if we don't acknowledge our innumerable accomplishments across domains of not just sports and entertainment, but also science and technology and literature and other forms of art, then we're erased. And I talk about this in the Unapologetic Guide to Black Mental Health. It's my book that will be out on May 1st. And in that book, I talk about the importance of us being intentional about our own well being. Because if we don't, we know that our stories and our narratives are skewed or just downright stolen. And that's important because what gets filled in is unfortunately negative and certainly less than positive stories about who we are as Black people. And when that gets internalized, then that has an adverse effect for how we make decisions, how we raise our families, and how we are able to function as whole and psychologically healthy individuals. And so, one thing or one question that I oftentimes get is, where do we start and what do we do and where do we go? And I think social media has actually been a pretty good resource in that respect. But one thing that came to mind is the importance of acknowledging our own individual current contributions to history. And so, what does that mean? Many of us are the first in our family to achieve certain accomplishments, and many of us are the first on our job or the only one still at our job in 2020. And we have to celebrate those accomplishments. And they may seem small, but the reality is that someone worked really, really hard for us to get to where we are. And so we have to acknowledge that and we have to celebrate that. And we have to be sure to pass on that information or pass on those narratives and those stories of how we got here with our youth and with our young people and with our families. Because I think it can be easy to think about how, oh, well, Black people have been here for hundreds of years. But the reality is that those years were fraught with chattel slavery and legal separation of us from other people. And so that's why we're still accomplishing first now in 2020. And the hashtag that appeared in social media some time ago, that is, I am Black History, that's important. Are you Black History? Because if you are, you may need to acknowledge that and share your Black history with the rest of us. Thank you.